Is it safe to use Kickstart on my sod now? Which type of turf truss fertilizer is best for my lawn? And is Gallery really safe for bedding plants? I've got answers to these questions and more coming up on Garden Sense. Hey everybody, I'm Tim Ward and welcome back to Garden Sense. Well, it's the end of October, and although the emails are starting to slow down, you guys have still been pretty consistent with emailing me questions about your lawns, about your gardens, about your indoor plants these last couple of weeks, and we really appreciate it. Now, we did pick 5 questions that we want to address here today, so buckle up everybody, let's jump right in. The first question is from Craig. Hi Tim, we ordered and received a bottle of the Kickstart product, and we're a bit confused about the product and how to use it. The bottle appears to have come with 1 ounce of powder, even though it is a fairly large bottle. It's not clear how to use it. The bottle says to spray using a hose and sprayer, and something about 1 gallon. Help! So this is a pretty common question among first-time users for Kickstart. So here's what you do. You actually need to take that bottle, unscrew the cap, and fill it with water up to the fill line that you'll see right there on the sticker. Now, sometimes that sticker does fall off. So if you look at the picture on your screen now, you'll actually see about where you want to fill it in terms of that water level. Then put the cap back on, shake it up really well, and what you've now done is created a Kickstart concentrate. You then want to take that entire concentrate and put it into a hose and sprayer and set that sprayer for 1 ounce. And typically what that means is 1 ounce per 1 gallon of water as it flows through the sprayer. And then you want to go ahead and spray that down on your lawn. You can spray your bushes, your flowers, your trees, your shrubs. Anything that has roots and is actively growing, you can use on Kickstart. So we really appreciate you picking it up and ordering it from Rosen's Online. We think you're going to be really happy with this product. The next question is from Sergio. Hello, Tim. I just had some landscape work done and sod was used to repair the disturbed area. It's been about a week and we've watered it every other day, but was wondering when it might be a good time to give the area some Kickstart. So when it comes to sod, you want to use Kickstart immediately and then put it down once a week to help those roots get established. Remember, that's the primary function of Kickstart, is to strengthen the root system of plants. And obviously one of the most critical components of sod is making sure when it's put down, those roots get established. So you haven't put it down yet, go ahead and put it down right now, and I would put it down once a week for the next 4 to 6 weeks, or at least until that grass goes dormant, and then you can stop using it. The third question is from Tom. Hello, Tim. What type of turf truss fertilizer should I be using for an established Barenbrug RTF lawn, starter or maintenance? Would the 2% phosphorus be beneficial to the growth of rhizomes? So we always recommend that you use the starter formula over the maintenance fertilizer if your area allows it. If you guys remember, years ago, the starter formula was the original turf truss fertilizer. And then what happened is the state of Maryland and a couple of other states decided that phosphorus should only be used when installing sod or planting new seed. And for general maintenance fertilizers, it should be removed. So as a result, ProTrust actually had to create a second fertilizer, and that's where the maintenance fertilizer came in. And it's the exact same as the Turf Trust starter formula. There's just no phosphorus in it. So if you are in an area where it doesn't matter, like I am, then you want to use the Turf Trust starter formula, the 24-12. That phosphorus is really important because phosphorus helps strengthen the root system of your lawn. Now, rhizomes are not roots, okay? They're different. Roots actually take in the nutrition from the soil. The rhizomes actually store that nutrition, and that's what allows those rhizomes, again, to basically create a brand new plant. So phosphorus is really, really important, especially on a grass like a Barenbrug RTF, because again, those roots are going to take up that nutrition. The nutrition is obviously going to be used for that current plant, but what it can't use, it's going to be stored in the rhizomes, which is what allows that grass to spread. So again, if you live in an area where it doesn't matter, there are no restrictions, I would 100% choose the starter formula 100% of the time. The fourth question is from Terry. Hi, Tim. What is the difference between Dimension and Gallery? I have both and don't know when to apply each, what month, or when to apply it with Turf Trust. So let's talk about the similarities first. They are what we call preventative weed control products. So what they do is both Dimension and Gallery, when applied to a soil surface, will break down and actually create a chemical barrier on the soil surface and prevent weeds from germinating. Now, the biggest difference between the two products are the type of weeds that they prevent. Dimension is going to be primarily your grassy weeds like a crabgrass, and Gallery is going to focus more on the broadleaf weeds. Now, I'll be perfectly honest, there is some crossover between them. So there are some broadleaf weeds that Dimension will help control as well as Gallery. However, it's really the differences that you want to focus on. And again, Dimension is designed for crabgrass, your grassy weeds, and Gallery has a much broader breadth of weeds, broadleaf weeds, that it actually will prevent. Now, in terms of when to apply them, you want to put down Gallery in the springtime, right around March 15th, and that's actually the same time that we recommend that you put down Turf Trust fertilizers. Now, one of the cool things about both products is you can apply it the same day as you would apply a Turf Trust fertilizer. You do not need to wait. So we recommend that you put down Gallery around March 15th, and then you can put it down in the late summer, early fall if you are not overseeding. If you are overseeding in the fall, then we definitely recommend that you put down Gallery, in that early to mid-November time frame, again, depending on when exactly you overseeded your lawn. For Dimension, because its primary focus is, in terms of how we utilize it, is crabgrass control, you're actually going to want to put that down early to mid-April. And again, you can put that down at the end of summer or very early fall, but just like Gallery, you cannot do it if you are overseeding. So again, if you're not overseeding, we recommend 2 applications, once in the spring and once in the late summer, early fall for both products. But obviously, if you are going to overseed, you want to be really careful, because if you put down one or both of those products too soon, and then you go ahead and try to overseed, again, that seed is not going to take. Likewise, if you put the seed down first and then put down those products before that new grass gets established, it's going to damage that new grass seed, and you've wasted a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of money. The final question for today is from Carl. Hi, Tim. Is Turf Trust with Gallery safe to use on bedding plants like azaleas, boxwoods, and hydrangeas? So the quick answer is yes. Gallery is a great product to use in landscaping and in your gardens to prevent weeds. Now, in terms of the 3 plants that you listed, the azaleas and the boxwoods will be totally fine, but you want to be careful around hydrangeas. Hydrangeas can be a little bit sensitive to Gallery, and so what we recommend you do is actually try and avoid the root zone around hydrangeas. So again, if you're being careful, then go ahead and spread it all around your bedding plants. But when it comes to the hydrangeas, stay out of that root zone. Don't apply it right up to the stem, because again, it can actually cause damage depending on the type of hydrangea you have, how young versus how old it is. So again, we recommend just avoid hydrangeas altogether when it comes to using Gallery. All right, everybody, just a couple final thoughts before we wrap up this video podcast. Folks, just a reminder that the Turf Trust Fall Feeding Frenzy going on over at rosensonline.com is going to come to an end on November 8th. So if you have not picked up the fertilizer that you need for your lawns and it's fourth and final feeding of the year, then make sure you head over to rosensonline.com right now and take advantage of the fall feeding frenzy. You're going to save on the cost of the product. You're going to get free shipping. It's a great time to buy. And again, that fourth and final feeding of your grass before it goes dormant is actually the most important feeding that your grass gets all year long. Now, we also have going on right now for a limited time a Plant Trust promotion, okay? So if you go ahead and add Plant Trust to your cart, you're gonna save 20% on every bag of Plant Trust that you purchase from Rosens Online when you use the coupon code PT20. That's PT20. Go ahead and enter it right there in the coupon code, hit apply, and you'll see the savings again occur right there in your cart. It should be clear as day. So again, we were a little bit long on Plant Trust. We want to move this product, and frankly, right now, the fall is the best time to feed your trees and your shrubs. So head over to rosensonline.com, pick up a couple of bags of Plant Trust, use PT20 as the coupon code during checkout, and you're going to save 20%. Folks, also, just want to remind you to continue to use that Kickstart. We had a couple of questions today on Kickstart, and believe me, I got many more in my email. You can continue to use it until your lawn or the plants that you're applying it to go dormant. So if you're having some warm weather and you still feel that like that grass is growing and is able to utilize Kickstart, or your plants, your landscaping is still growing, go ahead and put it down. It's going to do nothing but benefit the plants. As long as that plant is actively growing, it can absolutely utilize Kickstart. Folks, now we really appreciate all the time that you've spent this entire year with us, and next week is actually going to be our last podcast of the season. Now don't worry, we're not going anywhere. We're going to be back in the springtime to pick things up again. But in the meantime, if you have any questions, whether we're producing the podcast or not, please send your emails directly to tim@rosensonline.com. Again, we're not going anywhere. We're still going to be providing the feedback that you need. We just typically don't get enough content from you. A lot of the landscaping and gardening obviously is going to stop over winter, and so that's really why we stop our video podcasts. Folks, we hope that you have an amazing rest of the week. Thank you for the time you spent with us today. God bless.